Hello and welcome back to my solo self-found series in Cabal Online. In today's episode, I decided to make a kind of a guide on the Dungeon Fragments here on the PlayCabal server, because I saw a lot of people were kind of confused on what would be best to buy or how to spend their Dungeon Fragments after buying the gear. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So first of all, what are Dungeon Fragments? I believe these are special rewards that you can get for doing dungeons in PlayCabal. And to say it outright, the best place where you can get these Dungeon Fragments, as I said before in my other videos, is Chaos Arena, because as you can see, you get 42 for completing this one, 42 for this one, 30, 30, and 30 again. These are the best dungeons that you can do daily if you want. As you may already know, you can start a Chaos Arena. After that, click on Select Server and choose a different channel. And you can do maybe, for example, how I am doing, do some Awaken DX for like about 6 minutes. The entire timeout is 9 minutes, but after 6 minutes the boss spawns in Chaos Arena, and then you can return to your original channel and complete that. So you are doing kind of two things at the same time. Another good place where you can get some good amount of Dungeon Fragments is in the guild dungeon, Flame Dimension. So be sure to get yourself into a guild. People are always shouting out that they are accepting guild members, so it shouldn't be that hard. You just do 7 of these each day. It should take you roughly around 15 minutes maximum, and you get an extra 35 Dungeon Fragments. So yeah, these are the main places where you can actually farm the Dungeon Fragments, and of course you can get them for all the other dungeons, but from what I understood, the easier the dungeon, the less Dungeon Fragments you will get. For example, in Lake in Dusk, as you can see, 1, 1, 2, 2, and for Rena Station, which takes longer to do, you get more Dungeon Fragments, but yeah, it takes you more time. For example, if you are doing dungeons to maybe complete your collection, maybe do just 20 of each dungeon so you get the entire reward, and then go to the next one, so you don't do like 90 Lake in Dusk, 90 Ruina Station, and waste some time. Alright, so after telling you how exactly to get these Dungeon Fragments, the real question is, what do I spend these Dungeon Fragments on? Well, first of all, you come here to this merchant Arionell, and when you are starting on this server, you will need to buy these Osmium gear sets, because they will be your best upgrade from the starter ones and last you for quite a while, I could say. As you can see, I still have mine. So yeah, after investing your Dungeon Fragments in here, you just go to Grand Dungeon Master Zerath, and for the gear that you bought, you can buy scrolls, even scrolls for bike, scroll protectors, so that whenever you are putting something into a slot and you have a low chance of success, your scroll will not disappear. So I would say these are the very first things that you might want to use your Dungeon Fragments on, but I would say that would be the most obvious things that you can do with them, and maybe everyone knows that. But what I will try to do in this video is maybe show you from all the NPCs what they have, what the item they have is good for, if you should go for it, or other things like that. So let's get started with the first one over here. And again, as I showed you, this one has the Osmium gear, but at the same time it has this astral board, some accessories that go into the collection, and these armor sets plus weapon that are needed for the collection. And if you go here in the collection, you just go to the special tab and you have this collection experience. This one takes the 2 level of sets from that NPC, but keep in mind that it doesn't say right over here, but I believe you need them to be plus 20 before you can register them here. So if you are buying them, keep in mind that you have to upgrade them to plus 20. Over here you will be putting the 3 weapons that you saw in that NPC, again plus 20. Over here is the last set, which again has to be plus 20. Over here are some rings. I will show you in other videos if you don't know how to get these two, because these two are drops from mobs, not from the NPC. Here are the belts, here are the amulets, here is the board that you need, and you need these 2 boards as well, but these ones I don't know at this moment where you can get them. I believe it was something like Lake in Dusk, but actually I'm just stupid. It says right over here you have to do Rena Station and maybe drop it, or do Lake in Dusk. I did a ton of them on my wizard, but nothing dropped, so yeah, maybe you have to farm a ton of them. And I believe that would be all for this first NPC. Now going to the next one, this blacksmith over here. As you can see, this one has a ton of accessories, bracelets, amulets, and rings. These ones you might already know. Again, you need a ton of these in your collection in different pages. So yeah, you can just try and take a look. For example, if you go again to the special tab, to number 3 and 4, you have accessory, bracelet, ring, amulet, and here earring. And maybe you don't want to like farm all of these, but I would say you can drop them in time. If you are not rushing it, you can drop them easily from all the dungeons. But if you want to rush this collection, you just go to, or if you want to rush all the accessories that are needed for your collection, you just go to this blacksmith NPC and you can buy them. But as you can see, they are quite expensive, so keep that in mind also. Now coming to this skeleton NPC, again you have earrings over here for accessories, just like the previous one. You buy these for using into your collection. For me, this was very useful because I bought this defensive earring and this vampiric earring, but as you can see, they are quite pricey. And if you go here to the NPC, oh, the prices actually rised. When I started playing, this was like 5 million, not 18. And let's check the defensive ones. I believe it was +7. So yeah, with these prices right now, I believe it would be way easier for you to just collect the dungeon fragments and buy them from over here. I'm using, as I said, 1 vamp, 1 defensive. So yeah, these two, I believe I will keep them until maybe even almost 1 million combat power. They are good enough. So yeah, after talking about the earrings, I will go up here in, I would say, this section. As you can see, you can buy circuit jewels. These ones are first of all very important for the collection, and you can just buy them with dungeon fragments to make it easier and faster. But once again, you can get these from like Week About of Dead, and I wouldn't waste my dungeon fragments on these. So this is only if you want to rush it, but I wouldn't spend any dungeon fragments on these. The same would go for this line over here, again only for collection, and you can buy them to progress your collection faster. But again, you get a lot of these from the event pass, from Week About of Undead, and again, I wouldn't waste my dungeon fragments on these. And coming back a little bit to the circuit jewels, if you are crafting like jewelry by yourself, you can maybe help yourself out by buying these, but I don't think jewelry will be the first thing that you will be crafting. You would rather craft armor or weapons, so yeah, not really a good investment. Over here on this line, again, something I honestly would not consider using my dungeon fragments. If you come to the Peddler Union NPC or maybe your remote shop if you have one, you can see that you can buy with AP the same things, and honestly you get way more AP the higher dungeons you are doing. For example, if you can do like these two over here, I believe you can gather in just one day like maybe even 10,000, even 15,000 AP. So yeah, I would not waste dungeon fragments on the wing orbs. And the last section on this NPC would be these elixirs. These two, you might already know, are only good if you are just starting out and you want to level up faster. If no one can help boost you, or you don't have enough myth potions to exchange at the Peddler Union for Overlord potions, you can buy them from here. I think I did something like that just to make it faster for me, but after reaching the mid level, these two will be useless, so we will talk about the mid ones and the gold insignia ones. For these two, if you want to maybe reach platinum insignia as fast as you can buy gold insignia elixir. 200 points is quite a good amount, so it might not be worth it, but you have to keep in mind you have this option as well as the mid elixirs. Again, these are quite cheap, so for example I can buy over 50 of them. This can help you with your mid level if you have a lot of upgrade that you can do there. So yeah, don't forget about these potions. I forgot about them and I struggled a bit, but yeah, these can be quite a nice boost for you if you have some extra dungeon fragments you want to spend. And now we have reached the last NPC, the one that I showed you that has like the option scrolls, but the most important things that this NPC has are on the top part of the inventory. For example, slot extenders. Many people are going for like sig metal gear as an upgrade from the osmium one, so being able to buy a slot extender high and making them 3 slots is quite a nice thing. This one helped me as well with this crystal that I dropped and crafted myself. It let me have it with 3 slots, so yeah, again, you can buy these for your collection if you really want to do that, and keep in mind that you have this here. Another thing that you can buy from this one, if you have reached your platinum insignia and again you want to boost it and make it faster, maybe let's say you have a ton of merit medals that you want to use and you have to wait for slots to unlock on platinum insignia, because as I heard you have to wait until 1 slot in the platinum insignia can be unlocked, and these time reducers help you reduce the amount of time you are waiting. So yeah, keep in mind that you have these ones here and you can spend your dungeon fragments on them if you want. Another thing before I speak about the last ones, you can buy maximum 1 Orb of Dragon per week. Honestly, I already bought mine because I am solo self-found and I don't have a lot to spend my dungeon fragments on, and I really wanted to have an Orb of Dragon. As you know, you can use this at the end of the labyrinth to open a special chest that can get you even a slot extender ultimate if you are lucky. but generally you don't get that good loot in it. But if you really want to like gamble, keep in mind that you have one here that you can buy weekly. Another thing that it's actually all this line is like weekly. Remnants of Battle, you can buy these. Before, when the Christmas event was on, we could do the Kiev the Mighty Fighter very easily because all the mobs were one hit. Even if you were like 200 combat power, you could like one hit all the monsters. So yeah, if something like that comes again, keep in mind you can buy these with Dungeon Fragments, and buying these ones and from the ones from the War XP shop, you can max out the amount of keys you can do weekly. Potion Protection of Veradrix. These ones, I would say, if you are planning to do Labyrinth, buy these ones, especially if you are new to the Labyrinth, because if you die in the Labyrinth once, the dungeon will end, just like the Panic Cave, just like the Panic Cave worm, so using one of these could save you from losing your Labyrinth. By the way, these ones will not work with the worm in Panic Cave, so yeah, just for Labyrinth. This Holy Water, I would say don't waste your Dungeon Fragments on it, even if it's that cheap. I would never buy them. And Karma Rune exchange tickets, I will just buy them right now. Honestly, they are very good. If we come over here, for those that don't know, you come to this NPC, open the rune store, and as you can see, you can buy Karma Runes. Again, this is the best one that you can buy, and you need a ton of tickets for it, because making it to level 2, as you can see, I have to buy 5 extra ones. So yeah, if you don't want to spend your Dungeon Fragments on anything else, buy these out each week so that you can try to progress your Karma Runes as fast as you can. And coming to an end, we have these for special accessory crafting ingredients. This one is for Chief Lazar's brush, this one is for Perius earrings, this one is for Turmakan's bracelets, and this one is for the Gaia Force amulet. I would say if you are playing Cabal normally, not like me in solo self-found, you can easily try to gamble on these and make some good money if the gamble succeeds. For example, on my wizard I managed to craft like 2 critical damage brooches at high level and 1 at low level. So yeah, that was for me. 1 I kept, but the other 2 I sold, and I think I got for the other 2 somewhere around 12 billion or something like that. So yeah, you can, if your gamble is successful, you can get a ton of money by just crafting these that I would say are free. You need some stain clones and some other little accessory extraction, like from Sienna, from Drosnin earrings, and from Orphidia amulets, but those 3 are quite easy to get. And yeah, the only thing that will be quite hard for these, keep in mind that unlocking 1 craft at Chloe for these ones, so each one will cost about 80 Chloe tokens, or let's go and see. If we look over here, you need 80 Chloe tokens or 200 million ALs. If you don't want to get the tokens, I would say 200 million ALs, it's quite respectable to get. Over here, 90 Chloe tokens or 250 million. This one is 80 and 200 million, and the Gaia Force amulet 80 and 200. So I would say they are quite accessible for people that are selling things on the auction house. You just unlock it once, and after that I would say there's a 1% chance for you to make billions off of them. So keep that in mind. Well, with all that said, I would say that will wrap up the Dungeon Fragment explanation video. Just a quick recap. This NPC's collection, and your upgrade from the starter gear. This NPC, I would say it's only collection. This one over here is collection and maybe gold insignia and mid progression. And finally, the best one out of the all four of them would be this one over here. And the best things that you can spend your dungeon fragments are these special accessory pieces. So yeah, let's get cozy here by the fire. And with that, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it will help you decide on what to do with your dungeon fragments. And as I always say, keep grinding, but don't forget to have fun.